3, 2, 1, and boom! Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Loco. I joined here by a very special guest, a good friend of mine actually. He's a close family friend of mine from the past. He goes by his stage name actually is Scylence. He's a new up-and-coming rapper out from the Central Coast at the moment. Daniel Neron, your official name, but Scylence is now your stage name. Tell me, mate, how does it feel now to finally come onto something like this?
It's good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Been wanting to do like an interview type shit for a while. So now we're at the point. So it's good. You know?
Yeah.
Long time coming.
You've now got this opportunity, and I'm very actually glad to have you on here because even for me personally, it's been such a long time that I've had the opportunity to see you. It would have been about 4 or 5 years now, maybe. But in that time,
4 years.
yeah. And I think from what you were telling me, it's in between the time period that I've met you, that I last saw you, and then prior to that, you've been doing all this work on rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great.
It's very interesting. And it seems like that you've got a message that you're projecting out there to people right now. And so what I want to start with, right, is in your early life, when you were younger, when you were fresh, you were coming out and you're building consciousness, you're learning all these different things. You were coming across different strains, different types of music when you were younger. Yeah. So what were your early life influences that got you into music initially in your life?
It wasn't really even music though, when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was dancing since I was 3. Watching old movies, breakdance movies, learned it from Jason and Brian and
your brothers, yeah.
Yeah, the brothers, yeah. And then, when it came to all this music stuff, it wasn't even really just the music, it was because of the dances as well. So Michael Jackson, and then it was always Michael Jackson for years until 2005, Chris Brown hit TV.
Chris Brown.
Hit the TV, run it. Changed my whole fucking life, ever since. Like, I watched Usher and shit, I love all that, but nah, Chris Brown.
That's
the GOAT right there.
Chris Brown, I remember when he didn't change a lot of just change a lot of guys' lives, he changed a lot of girls' lives. Changed a lot of lives.
Yeah.
But it was when he came onto the scene, like he was very young, and we were discussing this off camera yesterday actually, that he apparently started out when he was 14, wasn't he?
Yeah, he said in a recent interview saying that he was actually 14 even though he was 15 in what the fucking media tells you.
Oh, really?
He was actually 14 where he did all that stuff, recorded the song. I think he was just turning 15.
Mm-hmm.
So he started real young. Mm-hmm. Crazy talent. Wild to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then now he's like the GOAT.
His ability to dance was actually quite phenomenal. Like he not only could have an amazing voice, but far out. Like even when we're watching the music videos of him like yesterday, and you see he's busting all those moves at that age, and you're thinking, holy crap, this guy is gonna go a long way. And then he looks back today on what he's done, and it's crazy. But these stars that they are, your Chris Browns, your Michael Jacksons, they all not only knew how to sing, but they knew how to dance and perform at the same time as well.
Exactly.
Then you had like a trio blend of what they could do, especially in concerts.
Yeah.
And just produce not only just insane music, but create this amazing energy and vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they were your really young, when you were younger, they were your influences growing up and stuff. Who else was there any other singers or bands that you were watching when you were younger, coming across then?
Oh, really? No.
Mm-hmm.
Just Michael Jackson, Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like R&B, so I was like doing all that. But I was mostly watching it because of the dancing and the singing too. So I never really wanted to be a rapper. But here's a plot twist: I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. Because I do sing, I do rap, I do dance, I do everything those motherfuckers do. I dress a certain way. I have the image. Everything is just different. So when people call me a rapper, I always correct them and say I'm not actually a rapper. I'm an artist.
Mhm.
because a rapper can just rap. I actually make catchy music, choruses, hooks, everything. I write. I do everything myself. Everything is done professionally, written all by me. I sing. I write for other people. I don't sing well. I don't sing amazing, but I rap. I
Mhm.
sing, dance, creativity is all mine. So I'm an artist. So like, and I always tell anybody that when they say, "Oh, you're a rapper," nah, I'm an artist.
Mhm.
So I always looked up to Chris because he raps, sings, dances. Michael
Mhm.
Jackson dances and he sings. He's still an artist. He knows how to perform. I'm a performer. I've always been a performer since I was born. Before I even did music stuff, I was dancing since I was 3 years old.
Mhm.
Dancing every single day. I swear. Did shows, school shows, everything like that. Dance, perform. I know how to perform. And I built all that confidence for ages. So I can't even really think if it was any like other artists, but with rappers growing up and like what made me like a rap, I don't know. I'd probably just say Ice Cube. I say Ice Cube, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Mhm.
Those are just the rappers I pretty much can say I listen to. Vaguely, I morely remember just 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg the most, more than like Eminem and stuff. Like Eminem was a little bit later.
Because you're born in the 90s like me, but a little bit later.
Mm.
But especially at that early 2000s time, the names that you mentioned were quite popular at that time.
Yeah,
And that is, I think that could also be why. And you also you had an older brother as well who was also listening to that type of stuff from what you were telling me. Yeah.
yeah, Brian, yeah, I was
Mhm.
listening to all that stuff,
Mhm.
especially Snoop. For when the most was Snoop and 50 Cent. Like I still have his
Mhm.
old CDs
Mhm.
in my house. Old CDs that you just listen to. I was never allowed to listen to it. Yeah, one CD. It was just literally PIMP, just one song on repeat. PIMP and PIMP remix.
He was
Two
trying to
songs in one CD.
he was trying to protect you.
Yeah.
He was trying not to show you.
No. Now it's mine.
But
But
that's
no one
no.
listens to that shit.
But it's good though. Like you you listen to things as a child, and you started morphing all those things that you were listening to back then into currently what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And that's important because there would have been a specific time in your life. I guess were you because you're 26 now, right?
26 a few
So
days, yeah.
so how yeah in a few days that's right. Um, how old do you reckon you were, or what time was it when you decided, you know what? I'm actually going to decide to fully just go out there and be an artist 110%. I'm 110% just going to go, bam, I'm going to be an artist today. And I'm going to give
I
it
can't
my
even tell you.
all. I'm going to go in.
That's one thing I don't even remember like when it was or how old I was. I can't even tell you. But I never wanted to do music. I was never ever like deep into music that way. Like I never wanted to be an artist, like a singer, rapper, or anything like that. I always wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to act. Everyone said that I had that image or the energy and just the voice because I can do different voices and shit. And I was like, you know what? I remember making that plan. It was like, oh, let's. This is how we do it. So for me to become an actor, it's hard. Obviously, you need to make a bunch of money to get into classes and shit, which doesn't mean that you're good. By the way, it's like getting into classes doesn't make you a good actor or that's not real talent. You're learning how to do that. Real talent is born by the fucking blood. That's what I reckon. But just to have that resume is good. But I was like, all right, you know what? That's for me to get into acting. I'm gonna start doing music. Use that music, invest whatever money I make out of that eventually in time, and then invest it to go into acting classes during the time of doing music, and then do both, and then get into both movies and all that stuff, just to get into the acting stuff. So, but when I started saying, you know what, like more liking the music, I'm like, yeah, I've been doing music for like at least 10 years. So 10 years ago was when I like say, oh yeah, I started like writing, rapping, but I was never that good. I only started thinking I was good, well, knowing that I was actually better was 2019, 2020. That's when I was like, yeah, that was like the full serious mode. 2018 is when I first started releasing, but I was writing, I never had the recording stuff, and I just said, yeah, like 2019, 2020, I was like, fuck it, buy that equipment and just start doing everything,
And
doing
so
music stuff.
So you were saying that you actually were doing things on your own, but you definitely didn't have anybody that was sort of helping you in any way, shape, or form on the side, or you definitely were 110% solo.
110% solo.
Oh wow, that would have been tough.
I think 2018, I had a mate that lived down the road that had a recording stuff, and I recorded in his house, like 2 tracks, which are both on SoundCloud, and there was a bunch of other songs. I was going to release like 10 songs. That's when I actually started like recording, but wasn't that good. He was producing my beats and shit, but never really like progressed that much. It was alright. It was just like the first time me getting into singing, and then I stopped for a bit. Then a year later, I was recording with one of my mates which I do music with currently still. I recorded his house, recorded a whole album. We get to, I think it was like last two songs of the album, and his whole computer like shut down. So I lost all my stuff, my whole recording, everything done.
No,
And all of his stuff done too. And I was like, shit. So I was like, all right.
that's one of the things about this industry, eh?
Yeah.
It's when the technology doesn't work, it causes a lot of issues.
So shit.
But yeah, no, but that is pretty bad that happened. But you found a way to recover from that situation.
Yeah, just bought my own equipment and just do it myself. So fuck it, there's actually plenty of times that years ago when I was actually doing this music stuff, wasn't recording. I had my iPhone 4 was like had like over 100 songs written, full songs written, ready. Had like heaps of albums ready to do. Got stolen, lost all these songs, and then someone told me, it was like, this is actually probably just a calling for you to do something better. Make better music, redo everything, fuck all that old shit, get into some better stuff. So I was like, all right. So end up refreshed my life, did that shit. Then obviously that thing happened with my mate, and then 2020 I was like, fuck it, buy my own equipment, bought my own equipment. Even though I had all these songs ready, I ended up making my first EP, which was completely brand new music and something I wasn't planning on doing. It wasn't planned. And then after that after that EP was the mixtape where I originally had written. So I just did all the older stuff after, and just did brand new shit at the time because it was just popping. That type of music was popping at the time. So, which was drill music.
Drill music, yeah.
Yeah.
Australian drill, yeah.
But I'm not a driller. I'm not gangster. It's just the beat.
Yeah.
Nice beats. It's music. Ain't that fucking deep.
Yeah.
So,
But it's fun. It's fun though.
yeah, some people say you ain't no gangster. Bitch, I know. Alright? Like, I know this shit. You don't have to tell me if I'm fucking gangster or not. I'm not gangster. It's just music.
Yeah.
It's just being professional. That's it. I never talk that life. I never have. I talk shit in some of my music, but not a lot. I never say I go around fucking doing all this, that. Nah. I just love music. Just do it for the fun, and if people like it, people like it. People don't. You gotta have haters. Everyone needs to have haters.
You need that because without those people existing in your world, you won't be more propelled to prove them that you're actually higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need the haters.
You need the hater. Yeah, you need them there.
Haters are your motivators.
They are, yeah.
This is why Chris Brown has the most haters.
He does, yeah.
Most haters.
A lot.
I love him.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
No one can tell me anything otherwise, regardless. People can try to cancel me for liking him. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It proves a lot for why I like him so much, because it's like, yeah, he's done a lot of things and a lot of massive things that he fucked up. But it proves that he's not perfect. Proves that everyone is not perfect, and even someone that can be so incredibly talented and is like basically a fucking alien is still not perfect. He's done some fucked up shit. He was young. He did bad things, and there's a lot of things. People are all on him because he's done something so bad, but there's a lot of people that are much worse and no one say nothing. No one says anything about. You know what I mean? And but it just proves that I've learned from like watching his life, even though I personally don't know who he is. Watching his life, that is anything can be recovered within time.
Yeah.
Because look at him now. He went from being one of the biggest stars into one of the most hated, literally America's most wanted, to now back to one of the biggest stars, maybe bigger than he was before, actually. which is incredible. His journey is incredible and just shows that anything's possible. So even if everyone's hating you,
he was in a situation, by the sounds of it, as well, where he sort of pushed himself into like a well, like a hole or some shit like that.
oh yeah,
And usually, what will happen? It's like in Batman. Remember the third Batman movie, Christian Bale, and he goes into that.
Rises.
Yeah, Dark
Yeah,
Knight Rises, and he's in that that sort of like gulag cell,
Yeah.
and then they've got the rope, and he's trying to get onto the rope to get up and out of it so he can go and save Gotham City. And then he decided not to use the rope, so he's not using any assistance, and he does it all on his own. He's got to make that final jump, and he makes it.
Yeah.
And then he gets the rope and he goes up. That's like what happened with Chris Brown.
Pretty
He didn't
much.
have the rope to help him get himself up. He had to get out of there on his own in a way,
Yeah, exactly right.
and to see the light.
He had a lot of enemies.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
It's crazy.
So you have had you've released, from what I saw yesterday, quite a lot more songs than what I've anticipated. Your first major, or one of your more breakout songs that you released most specifically on YouTube, is called Freak Show, where you're inside of a tunnel. Where were you filming that again? You were in a tunnel in Central Coast?
Yeah, Summersby, under a bridge. It was a tunnel. I forgot what it was called.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that we filmed that during COVID.
Mhm.
In October? No, just before. In October. Just probably like 2 weeks, maybe a week before Halloween.
Mhm.
And we dropped it on Halloween, which that was.
Yeah.
Which is the
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect timing.
It was a Halloween song.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying it's just fucking music. I'm not a driller. Our music was literally, if I'll break it down. Actually, the point of Freak Show was literally just me breaking down movies.
Mhm.
So if you listen to the lyrics, all I did was break down a bunch of movies like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Chucky, Scream, like
Or horror movies.
horror movies. So the whole thing was literally just a reference, me referring Halloween horror movies. It was just a song for Halloween. That's all I made it for. It was nothing else. Something scary.
There was no hidden meaning behind it. Nah.
No hidden meaning. It was literally just me breaking down every single goated horror movie into a song, into a drill song. And it's a scary thing. Which is still a vibe. I still love that song.
It's actually the production that that you had of the cameraman that was doing it.
Shout out to Will Wood.
Yeah, the production that he did, and especially considering you were telling me that was the first time he ever recorded a music video. It was just insane, the amount of quality that was in it.
Yeah, I know.
And also the whole setup with the like the neon straight red lights, and how you guys were all in the red jumpers with the black pants. You had
I had the
scary
yeah. So
face masks. Yeah.
I was the only one in the all red because I had the jumpsuit, and then all the boys, like 3 of the boys in the first night had red. 3 or 4 of the boys were all in red, and then black pants. And then on night 2, everyone else was in black, and I was still in my outfit. But the only thing I changed was my shoes. I had like different shoes on. That's all. And then night 3 was just at a car park. We just did like quick scenes. That's it.
I like the flare bit at the end.
That was crazy.
Lit the flare.
That was fucking crazy.
You lit the flare in the under the bridge.
Yep.
With that red neon lighting, and you were all in those colors, and then you were all standing there, all 20 of you, in the background, just like there, serious, and then the flares going off in the background.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was freaking cool.
Crazy.
I actually like that.
The whole thing was fucking what an experience. I can never forget that day. I want to go back and do shit like that again, but everyone's busy. Everyone has their own lives to do. So, we get there eventually.
It was easier then because you said 2020 October.
Yeah, everyone was fucking bored.
Yeah. It was we'd just come out of a COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
But everybody was still like in that phase. There was still laws that were in play back then, from what I remember, especially here in Sydney.
It was like I think the law was you couldn't have more than just one person in your car, the driver and a passenger.
Yeah.
And so we had like a few cars come, but there was obviously a shit ton of people like ducking in the back of the car. You weren't allowed to get caught,
Yeah.
and we were allowed to go like a certain like certain way, I guess. For I don't know how to explain it. Can't go too far from your like certain radius. There we go.
Yeah, so you were unable to leave an LGA more than 5 kilometers.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck. No,
That's how it was
fuck.
here.
We're like, nah, fuck it. Let's just do it. We're like, all right. I think maybe the LGA thing, like it got cut during the time, but it was like, okay, you only have a minute.
That was gone then. Yeah.
I think it would have been during that time in October,
Mhm.
but it came back like I think the month after or some shit like that.
So
Well,
those guys, yeah, they had a lot more. Yeah, it did later. They had a lot more time in their hands back then, and that's why they're probably able to do that. And I hope for yourself. I hope that you get to be able to film something like that involves a lot of people like that in the future. Because I can see, I see how much, and we can all see from how you responded to that looking back in the past when you did that.
Yeah.
How much fun it was, and how much you would be so happy to be able to do something like that again.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of energy behind it.
100%. It's just like from watching the music video, and if you watch it behind the scenes, you can just tell. It's just like how much fun it was just doing all that shit with all the boys. Yeah, it's just like it was just random. It's just fun. A couple of hours, just fucking around, having a good time. And especially during that time, I feel like I'm more grateful what happened during 2020 because it's when everything just started coming back to normal, and we haven't seen each other in ages. And we're like, yeah, this is like probably one of the best fucking things.
And that's true. I agree because I was reconnected with a lot of my school friends from the past when the COVID pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And we formed, I think, a greater bond at that time during the one we actually had in school.
Yeah,
and it was all virtual. It was all on video calls, all like Zoom call and stuff like that. We're doing it. Yeah,
exactly.
Well,
I didn't do any of that actually. I don't even remember half the fucking shit I did during COVID. I think I just stayed inside, did my own thing, did music. I only had one mate that came around all the time. Other than that, that's it pretty much.
The good thing was that you had a lot of time to think and a lot of time to sort of do something for yourself. Because if you didn't have to work, fair enough. For me personally, I still had to work, I remember.
Yeah.
But for you as well, for what you're doing, that was a very good opportunity for you to start really planning out where you're gonna start taking your career into artistry. And you started with something. You started with that. And then you started branching and started doing other things. And you started producing other songs. And you produced another song after that, wasn't it? There was a song that you did. What was it called? The one in the music video where you're in the dunes again, in the sand dunes. Timeless.
Yeah.
So you made that song Timeless, and that was about a year after that, was it? After Freak Show?
Yeah.
So you made Timeless.
A year after I filmed Timeless. Fuck. 2021.
Yeah.
I filmed Timeless. I dropped it in I actually dropped it in November, December. And then that was the first single out of the album I was creating at the time.
And that song in comparison to Freak Show was a song, as you were saying, that was about Halloween and talking about references to Halloween and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Timeless was a song that actually had a meaning to it.
Yeah.
And what was that meaning about in that song?
Just being stuck in a zone that's timeless. So in my head, before I did this music video, was the idea was that I was lost in sand for time, can't get out. I'm just in a place walking. I'm always walking. I'm stuck in this place. It's like literally, there's no time. You don't know what time it is. You don't know what it is. Like there's no motivation. I feel like I'm fucking dying. You know, like it was just a place where just lost in my mind basically, and just where I was struggling on everything: motivation, sleep, eating, everything. It was just everything was going crazy. I didn't know what it was. Didn't know what to do. Just that was a proper like explanation of being lost.
Mhm.
So, but it ended up being a pretty good song. So
Mm.
that's like the whole example and demo of the song, like just being on my own, basically. That
Mhm.
I'm just used to it, I guess. I
Was
was used to it.
Is it also like a message as well, where it's a message about how you're communicating to people who are listening to you, sort of what's going on, but it's also a reflection for somebody who could potentially be dealing with the same thing at the same time, and sort of just say,
Yeah, I guess so. It's
if
like
you're here, it's okay,
yeah,
but you can that there's a way out of this.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they just it was like a thing that people hear it. Like you can also if you actually like listen to the music instead of actually just thinking about it of just listening to a song, you actually listen to the lyrics. It's more like just like I can tell people that they're not alone. You know, like I've also experienced. This is what I experienced, and people can actually take it the way they want to take it, and just like, um, it is a message that I don't know. Just show, yeah, just being basically just a message that I'm not the only person that goes through this, but I want to tell people I'm like, and I also know that I'm not. But if everyone feels like this, they can listen to it and be like, oh fuck, I'm not the only person that actually like thinks the same way as this person. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
oh, someone actually understands me. So, but that's just the beauty of music.
Mhm.
You interpret it the way you want it to, pretty much.
Mhm.
If you want to interpret it that way, you can do it that way. If you want to listen to it just as music and just have fun with it, you do it that way. So, but yeah, so there is a message from it. That was a more serious song. I was taking it more serious instead of fun. So,
Mhm.
end up still being catchy as well.
Mhm.
But a lot of backstory to that song. I will not get in detail with, but
Mhm.
it's yeah,
Mhm.
rough time during that time.
Mhm.
But yeah,
It's interesting though, like a lot of artists, from what I've noticed too, they have a tendency to try to communicate when they're dealing with something. It's not so much that they go and they just talk about it and stuff like that. It's more to the fact that they describe the way how they feel and they describe what they're dealing with through songs that they create. And that's their form of communication towards the world.
mm-hmm.
To communicate this message that they're dealing with, but also for people to understand as well that if you are also in the same position, you are not alone. And
Correct.
that's what you've done. And that's actually what a lot of artists actually do.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that it's good that you're in that place. It's terrible that you're in that place.
yeah,
But it's good that you found a way to put out a message rather than attempting to do something bad, if that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah,
You put out a message to sort of say, I'm here,
yeah.
and if you're here as well, I get you, but we can get out of this.
Yeah. It's always
It's
possible.
good.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I feel like that actually, the one thing it's actually my number one song on that has been streamed, which was released probably a couple months later, which is on that album I dropped, which is the Love Songs and Melodies, which is called Separate Ways. My number one song that everyone listens to. It's the the critics I get from that is actually insane. That it's all positive. So males and females listen to this song. This was the first like song that I actually like properly interpreted the R&B side of it, and it was very, how can I explain it? The whole story behind the song was very personal, but also making it
Mhm.
super catchy and uh all that. And then from when I got the information from people listening to this song, they go to me and they're like, "Fuck, like this song." Like this was like probably like 2 months ago. I had this guy. I've never met him before. It was one of my mates, and he came up to me. He was like, he goes, "Bro, are you Silence?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Loud as shit. He goes, "Yeah, you Silence?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And he goes, "Bro, like, I just need to tell you, bro, you saved my life." What do you mean? He goes, "Well, your song Separate Ways, like, you know." I was going through some shit, and then when I listened to that song, it made me understand that I wasn't alone. Like I've been through this shit. Like someone else has been through this shit. Like I was like, oh, what the fuck, you know? This is how I feel, and I interpret it in this way. It's like, fuck, I can relate, you know. And the thing is, whatever I went through in a certain thing is not particularly saying like, you know, I'm already doing a song about my problems with a certain person or anything like that, and it's not exposing, because some people might think, oh yeah, that, oh, you're exposing me, or all that stuff. This is where people don't understand is they're not going to look at my song and listen to it as my problem. They will interpret it as for themselves. Say, oh, like I feel this. This is 100% how I feel. They people will like transform songs and then relate to it in their own way. They don't really like care. Well, not really care. They don't really interpret it in the way I interpret it. They interpret themselves and just make it as an understanding is they are 100% not alone. You know what I mean? And it's just that song is just like Separate Ways. It was about you know, me and someone else going our separate ways, pretty much.
Mhm.
And it's saying fuck love, going our separate ways. And then it's just like in the whole song, it was just me, into like just like entering a zone where I'm talking to, not really talking to a person, but it's like the person right in front of me is like explaining, like I was explaining to him how I was feeling. I get what I was doing wrong, and it is what it is, and or how I felt, and I tried to fix shit, didn't work, and it's just like it was all fucked up, and it was tough. So I was like, you know, we scream fuck love, and like it was the whole chorus is like you be screaming fuck love, and now we gotta go our separate ways. So it's just like she is saying this, and then we go our separate ways, and then it's just like the chorus is like in their shoes, the female shoes, is what they're singing, and then in the verses we explain how we feel. So and it's just like a, I don't know, it's just a crazy experience, and that everyone has said to me like, I relate to it so much. Like my favorite song, it's so good, and it's just like I feel to it. People cry to it, like girls like come up to me. I was like, oh, cry like it's this song has saved my life, and it makes me feel better every time I hear it. Because if I ever go through something, if I'm going through it, because women like to fucking repeat songs. That's the thing. Your biggest crowd in music is like I've noticed is, yeah, you can have a massive crowd of just guys, but women like to repeat, and they're the ones that share it. They're the ones that share the music the most, is because they like to listen to a certain thing and they listen to it all the time. A lot of guys like to listen to new music. I don't think a lot of females love have their own comfort type music and listen to that certain thing, and that is the biggest like audience you can never get is actually females. That's why TikTok is like all these songs that blow up is literally because of girls doing thirst traps or reposting and just doing whatever, doing clothing stuff or just like relating to it. They're the ones that repost everything. It's morely when you go through TikTok, it's always a female. They're the ones that are gonna make songs popular as anything. That's what I've noticed.
Wow. So your more popular fans that you currently have at the moment, you're saying is more towards female crowd?
I say so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people like I feel like the most reactions I got were from females. Yeah.
Do you feel like the psychology behind that is because you're and what you're saying about separate ways is to do with something that involves romance?
Yeah, it's relatable.
Yeah. It's relatable, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because those situations, they're situations that nobody wants to have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times when naturally we do have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Where if something is that we believed was going to work out, eventually hits a point where it doesn't. And I feel where you're coming from what you're saying in the lyrics of the song as well, where you said that you tried to fix past mistakes that had happened, because I know I've also been there myself.
Yeah.
And I tried to, reap what I sowed.
Yeah.
And what I realized was that by trying to, when you drop, it's like if you drop glass on the floor, it shatters completely to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine in your mind when you're thinking about that, how much effort it's going to take for you to put all the pieces back to make it back together. And even if you do put it back together, how strong is it going to hold once you put it back together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the really, really tough part to accept.
Yeah.
There are some things that people sometimes do that can be unforgivable. Sometimes they can be forgivable, but you make a mistake and you're caught red-handed for it. Eventually, you just have to take it and accept it for what it is. And if they're not willing to accept you back in for it,
Yeah.
then yeah, you'll have to go your separate ways.
Exactly right.
It's tough. I
Yeah.
understand. And a lot of people who are listening to this, they will completely understand what that is.
Oh, for sure. And
Yeah.
it's just like, as I said, my interpretation to this song is not going to be exactly what everyone else interprets.
Yeah, that's correct.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like I say in the song a certain thing. Like there's a line, a bar. So I got broken bones, baby, like it slipped on my palm. Which meaning is, in my perspective, when I said that in the song, I broke my hand from punching the fucking floor.
Okay. Yep.
Right, because I was accused of something
Okay.
that I did not do, but I was also trying to show and appreciate. During that time, I was trying to show and appreciate my love to this person, and she never believed me and all that stuff. Like, and then me saying that in the song is like, fuck, I even break my bones to even like prove what I actually cared about. You know,
I'm messing
that stuff.
myself up to show you.
Yeah,
that
I'm fucking my shit up, breaking my damn hand, and that shit was so painful. Me punching a concrete damn floor, thinking it was carpet on my birthday.
Yeah.
On my actual birthday, I ended up going to hospital because I was accused of something that did not damn happen. So if you watch this, I don't care what you say. I did not do it. Whatever you think it is, you're just delusional. I know you're not gonna watch it, but
that's how it goes, eh?
exactly. I ain't do shit. I ain't do none. Believe what you believe. I swore on my abuela, and you didn't believe me. All good.
He says it as it is, and there you go.
I don't care.
There are you being on your journey that you've done with rapping, you've had instances where you've encountered the stars.
Yes.
The big stars, not the Chris Browns. Hopefully one day you'll be there.
I'll probably ball my eyes out the day I see that.
But you've encountered some stars along your journey.
Yes.
Who are the artists you've come across?
2 seconds. So, NLE Chopper is one of them, which is a young star. He's getting massive right now. He's crazy. Who else did I meet?
Is he from Australia or America?
No, these are all American artists.
Okay.
Some UK. Unknown T, he's a UK artist. He's pretty big. Who else?
There was a guy that you told me off camera that you performed with, Lil TJ.
Lil TJ, yeah.
So Lil TJ, you went to his concert.
Yeah.
And from what you were telling me as well, you were going to, you've been going to a lot of concerts. You're like on
back to back.
You're back to back. You're literally back to back right now. Are you going to the concerts for the purpose of going there to enjoy yourself, or are you going there not only just to enjoy yourself, but to learn something for yourself as a young artist that's growing up into this industry?
Yeah.
You're learning how they do what they do.
Yeah, it's a study, man. Mm-hmm. I go to have fun, but I'm also there. Like if you ever see me at concerts, I'm standing there, I'm watching. I'm not like jumping around. I do every now and then, but not all the time. Mm-hmm. But it's more like I watch and study how they move and what they do and how they perform. Performance is the most important thing, because you can make music, but that doesn't mean you can perform. I've seen some artists that make 10 out of 10 music, and they're just fucking ass live, like not good. I was like, the fuck, they used to be like my favorite artist until I see them live. I went, I don't really want to listen to them anymore, because if they can't perform, you're just doing the music. Like, come on, people are paid to see you. You got to bring a damn show to the fucking table. This is why Chris Brown is still one of the best. I'll always say it. But so like I've seen so many artists where every artist is different, and they're just like they're it's just the energy they bring to the stage. Like Tyler the Creator, the energy. When I saw him, his energy was ridiculous. Like how do you do that? And then I saw Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow had the swag. It's just the way he moved, the swag. Most of the people at the concert were just females. That was his crowd.
Jack Harlow, yeah.
Like right, and it's just like the way he did it, the swag, just everything he does. He's crazy, just super talented. So I was like, fuck, that was crazy. Then he got like a bunch of like R&B singers. You can just see the energy, what they do, all that stuff. Some people that can dance, some people that can't. Some people just rap. Some people that don't do that much. And then same bands as well. Everyone is just like different. You know what I mean? And then there's a few concerts where I've seen him more than once. So like I went to like a bunch of concerts. So like I've seen one artist, which I met him now. His name is JID. He's signed by J. Cole.
Okay.
And he's J. Cole's biggest artist at the moment. I've seen him 3 times. Saw him at Hidden.
Oh, Hidden, yep.
You saw him as well.
Where we ran into each other.
Exactly. Yep. You actually saw him as well. He was performing, and it was a guy with the dreads, and he had like this.
Vaguely remember. It was in the afternoon. He was performing.
It was in the day, and he brought out one person Wi-Fi's funeral. We came in.
I remember someone of that appearance. Yes.
It was actually probably
in the drunken mess I was.
I was walking into the crowd, and this was before I bumped into you. Just before I bumped into you, he was about to play. So he was actually performing there. That's the first time I saw him. Then I went to his solo show, and when I went to his solo show, I tried to get him to sign one of my hats because I have a hat that is signed by 3 other artists that is signed by J. Cole in his label, Dreamville. And I tried to reach it, and he couldn't reach it for the hat. So I was like, oh, fuck. We'll see. 2 years later, which was last year, 3 years later, which was last year, he ended up coming back. I went to go see him. I met him. And I told him the story. I was like, look, I was at your concert. I was actually trying to give you this hat and you couldn't reach it. And you're like, oh, sorry, bro. Like, whatever. And now and he goes, and now you're here. And then now I'm here. And you signed the hat for me and all that stuff. You real nice guy. I just said, like, I appreciate it of everything that you're doing. And he was crazy. But then when I saw him that day, I swear it was the best thing I've ever seen. Like, he just became better and better and better. Some people actually progress performing, which is like mentally insane to me sometimes. And then some people, no offense, Post Malone, you disappointed me last year. He was the best person I've ever seen live in 2018, 2019, when I saw him. There was no one that could beat him. Not one person.
Wow.
Because he was insane. This is when he did like Over Now, Psycho. He just released Sunflower for the Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
That was that prime time.
Oh, the latest Spider-Man series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming, something from home, something like that it's called.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was insane. Like the animated one.
Yeah. Oh, the animated one. Not the with Tom Holland.
Yeah. No, the Miles Morales character.
Yep.
That was incredible when he did that song. He just released during that time, and who did he bring? He brought Jaden Smith with him, and I only went to the concert with Jaden Smith. I didn't like Post Malone at the time, and then Post Malone ended up being surprisingly so fucking good. And then I saw him last year. He's not looking good, bruv. I was disappointed.
He was on the way down.
Yeah, I know. I was actually disappointed because like he was good. Give him that. He was still good, but he was just like the energy wasn't the same. I just feel like he didn't sound as good as he used to. He's just like, I don't know. It's different. Everything's different now. He's on a different road. So, and then now, like every artist always sometimes have a downfall, some keep going up. And that's why I always just go all these concerts, and I like to go, when I go to concerts, I like to go to their first concert they ever do in Australia. Because I like to be one of those people that I went to their first one in this country. And then I see them again, I want to see if that can elevate. So studying these people and how they perform and how they get the crowd going is very important. Because some artists can be massive and can't get the crowd going for some reason.
What have you found from when you've been doing all this studying, when you've been learning about what they're doing? Obviously, every single person they bring something different to the table and have their own unique way as to how they get the energy in the crowd going. What have you found is the is the main thing that all of them seem to have something in common to get the crowd going? What do you think it is? And we're talking about 80 to 100,000 people here, right? Usually in these concerts. That's tough.
The one thing that can gets the crowd going
Yep.
always does if they do it. Not every artist does it.
Yep.
Is actually trying to do like crowd participation.
Yep.
Getting the crowd to do like this, like, oh, I say this, you say this, I say this, you say this. You know, it's I sing this part, and then after I say this, you guys scream it. Getting the crowd into it. Or once I say this, you all jump. Get everyone to jump, or everyone open the mosh pit. That's the main thing. Main rappers, all they do is open the mosh pit, and when this beat drops, just do it. That's the main part. Or most artists, most rappers at least do it. Not really singers, but is crowd anticipation is a massive thing though.
Crowd participation, yeah. Get them to do stuff.
Exactly.
And you experienced that yourself one time where, as I brought up just earlier, an American rapper, little TJ.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Got on stage with him, performed with him in front of 6,500 people. Wild at Horton Pavilion. Craziest experience of my life.
That is fucked.
Craziest experience of my life.
How many years ago was this now?
It was only less than a year ago.
Less than a year ago.
And he's coming back this year too. So I got his whole team follows me on Instagram.
That's sick.
Other than him, because he doesn't follow anyone. But his whole team, his DJ, his security, all of them came up to me. They're like, "You were insane, like insane." So let's see if I can actually link up with him this time and see if the music can go a little bit further. So, but how that happened was actually crazy because I went to both of his shows in Sydney. I bought day one. I bought those tickets.
Yep.
Day two. No, it was okay. So we'll go back to it. So day one, me and my mate were like, "Fuck, we want to go." And then there was meet and greets, and it was $400. We didn't have the money for that. But fuck, oh, we want to get it. You want to get it? And he's like, "Yeah, let's get it. And I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, actually, no, we're not. And he goes, "Why?" I'm like, I just have a feeling. I'm like, we can meet him without the money. We can meet him for free. I just know it. We can meet this guy for free. He's how you know. I'm like, trust me, bro. It's just I have this energy right now. So there was a thing that Live Nation ended up announcing is a competition to win 2 meet and greets on day 2 of Lil TJ. I applied and told him why. So it was like at the comment, it said, comment the song you want to hear live and why. And I said I wanted to hear Beat the Odds because Beat the Odds is about because that was his first song he released after he got shot. He almost died. He got shot 7 times.
Shit, okay, yep.
And survived that. Got shot 7 times and we literally thought we were going to lose him. Got shot 7 times and he recorded this whole song in the hospital bed. He was laying in the hospital bed and he had a mic with him. He recorded the music video as well. If you watch the music video, you'll see it. But he survived 7 shots on June 22nd. And it just shows that he beat the odds. It's not his time yet. And I'm like, I want to see him do that live and him show to the people that, you know, like that song had a lot of meaning and that I want to see the emotion he puts onto that, you know.
So this guy basically cheated death by the sounds of it, was given a second chance.
Second chance.
And then you were given your chance to perform on stage with somebody in the Horton Pavilion with someone that cheated death.
Correct. Let me get to that point though. So I said that in the comments, and about I think a week or 2 later, I get a message from Live Nation and say congratulations.
Yep.
You've won the meet and greets.
Okay.
I was like, no fucking way. And my mate Dallas was living with me at the time. I think he was. Yeah, he was. I opened the door. I'm like, bro, wake him up. And I showed him. He goes, what the fuck? He goes, what did I tell you? That's what I said. What did I tell you? We're gonna meet him. All right, cool. So I guess of the day, obviously day one, we weren't that close because we knew we were going to be an early entry and meet him. So we were just chilling, and I made sure I knew when I wanted to get on stage and what song and all that stuff, and just participate at the right time. So like I knew when the song's going to come, so I know when to throw that poster up. So I had a poster with me. So when I went there, we went to the meet and greet. So it's before the show. Ended up meeting him, and I was like, so I got I got a quick question for you. And he goes, oh, do you want me to sign something? I'm like, no. My question is, I have a poster in my pocket. I says, "Would you let me perform Pop Out with you?" Which is not his song. He's a feature on that song. It's
Yep.
one of his mates' song,
Yep.
Polo G.
Mhm.
And I wanted to do Polo's part. And he goes, I'll think about it. All right, cool. Go outside to wait before the show starts. Pulled out the poster and I wrote it down straight away. Quickly wrote it down straight away. I used a Coles bag, the brown paper bags. I ripped it up and just wrote it on a Coles bag because I left my poster in the car.
Yep. Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, whatever. Just did that. Put it in my pocket, folded it in there. We're just there. Then the show starts. He comes out and he comes to. We were on the left of him, so we were on the right side when we're looking at him.
Yep.
He comes to see and comes aside and he sees us and he smiles. He's like, all right, I'm like. And then Dallas looks at me and he goes, oh, it's on. It's happening.
He gave you eye contact.
It's happening. Like
Yeah.
it's happening. So he comes around and we knew that he was going to play the song again because the night before he plays it and then he runs it back. Played it. He run it back, pull the poster up, he just went, come right like that, point right at me, and he's like that. Come up, the energy I had, not one bit nervous, bro. Insane. I was like, yep, ready.
How quick was your rush of adrenaline when he pointed at you?
Instant. Jumped over the gate like it's no tomorrow.
It was like an animal instinct.
I know, animal instinct, not nervous, not one part nervous. Jumped over, got on the stage, brought that energy. Crazy. And then he ran it back again, he made me perform it twice. He's like, all right. Like, I thought he ran it back and he was going to get me off stage. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I was going to dab him up to get off the stage. And he just gives me the mic. And I was like, oh, he wants to do this again. I'm like, all right, fuck it. And he comes to me and he taps me and goes, say your name. So obviously no one else can hear that. He goes, announce yourself, say your name. And I was like, my name is Scylence, just get this shit. And then energy again, bang. Whatever. Gave the mic, he performed. Yeah, at the end, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to show out. So I'm going to start dancing. I'm like, might as well show my whole ability. So I started dancing and did my whole thing. And he was like, damn. I was like, it was crazy. He was so hyped. And he came out to me, dabbed me up, gave me a hug. And he goes, he's like, shout out to bro, what is your name? So there was no music playing. And he just told me to promote myself. He's like, yep. I was like, my name's Scylence, come from Sydney. This is hometown right here. And yeah, pretty much that. I appreciate the opportunity. It was mad. And they're like, and the DJ was like, shout out to Scylence. And they all came out to me and they like followed me on Instagram and all that shit. So it's like, yeah, fire.
Have you spoken to Lil TJ since?
No.
No.
I have not. I've spoken to just people his team.
His team, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's mental. Like and that's actually really cool that he's done that. Because think about it. That's technically his show.
It is.
That's his show.
It was his show.
It's his show, right?
Oh, the crazy thing is, if you go on his Instagram and you go down to his reels, you go to his Australia reels, his Australian tour, there's a monologue of me because after the show, his film guy came out to me and asked me a bunch of questions and filmed me. And I said, I don't remember what I said, but it's literally on his Instagram, me, my face, so me on the stage performing and me dabbing him up and my voice behind it. And then he showed my face, me saying, oh, Mike, I knew this was going to happen. And I was like, trust me, I might watch this shit, bro. Let's do it. And then bang. And then it was me performing on the stage as well. It was just like, when I saw that on his Instagram, I'm the only person in Australia. Like, there's a lot of people that met him, but I'm the only one that got on.
That actually got onto his social media. Like, that's
one.
He loves it.
Ain't nobody but me. I'm the only one.
That's actually fucking sick. Like that's actually so sick. Like as I was saying, like his show, he's done all those things, and you know what's crazy too is that by the sounds of it, you manifested that situation to take place. You had this odd, random feeling in your body, this belief that it's coming. There were so many people that could have even applied for the same thing. You never know. You have no idea. It's like trying to win a lottery ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And that's exactly what I said.
That you could do it, and you did.
Yeah. And I just remembered that that's what I said. I said I manifested this for weeks. I said it's gonna happen. Let's do it. Yeah, that's why I said it in the monologue of the video on his Instagram. And I'm like, and that happened. You know what I mean?
And it's cool too because he's an American artist. He's come from
Exactly.
overseas, and he's given the spotlight. Think about it. Surely at some point, he was in the same position that you were in,
Yeah, 100%.
and someone asked him to come on stage.
Oh, maybe, who knows? I'm
For
not too
sure, for sure, man.
He was super young when he made it famous, but I think he was like 14, 15.
Oh wow, okay.
No, he was 15 when he first
Yeah.
made it. So it's just because he knew people. But shout out to him. It probably gave him a real good image because he's actually very good mates with Kid Laroi, the
Yeah.
Australian artist that made,
Oh, that guy, yeah.
they made music together.
Mhm.
So that probably gave him a real good image that there's people in Australia
Mhm.
that are gonna be big as Kid Laroi.
Yeah.
So he's like, this guy impressed me. He was impressed. It wasn't just like a little thing. He was going crazy. Like if you see the film properly, he was like, fuck. He was like, I just remember just like so vividly me turning to the side and he's looking at me and then I just started dancing on that shit. And he's like going crazy, giving me a hug, all that stuff. It's still the best moment I had in my life. I swear I was depressed for like 2 weeks after. I was like, fuck me, Dad. I'm like, this needs to happen more. I'm like, why can't I go on tour?
You drained all your serotonin and dopamine at once to do that.
And literally, once I left, I'm like,
it was a drug. It was like you were on a drug. Yeah,
that shit was still and forever will be the greatest time of my life until the next time.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully, one day we get to see you in his position. In his position
get
where
this
he was
right?
standing from. Yeah. To
So,
be able to perform properly.
It was this year I went to go see Macklemore with my mate.
Yeah.
And it's at Horden, same venue. I've been in that venue so many times.
Mhm.
I was like to my mate, I was like, fuck, cunt. He's like, what? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm having a massive hit of energy right now.
Mhm.
Here's what do you mean? I'm like, I have this biggest urge with some feeling that my music is gonna pop off, and the first venue I'm ever gonna play in Australia in my own show is at Horden Pavilion, and I'm gonna sell it out. I just know it. You guys keep manifesting it, it's gonna happen. Because you did it last time, you can do it again. It was the first place I ever went on stage was 6,500 people, and I'm gonna be back on the exact same stage where people are gonna come to my show and they'll be like, and I'm gonna say, I'm like, the first time I was on this stage, I was just a fan, and then now I was just a fan at Lil TJ's show, and now all you people like remember me from there are now coming to see me, which is incredible. Like I just had this whole vision. And I'm just gonna keep doing it. Yeah. Like I know it's gonna happen. I already know it. It's not even a it might happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Keep on doing that.
I'm fucking delusional.
Yes.
But the thing is, you need to be delusional to make the delusion non-delusional. Is Busta Rhymes?
No, to make an illusion a reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's reality.
Yeah, to make it a reality. Yeah, but it's cool that Lil TJ was somebody who was on your, by the sounds of it, he obviously was on your side. He was there to help you. He was there for you to promote yourself as a brand. But you also had another encounter with another artist from America, someone that had a bit more higher status.
Before I get into that, actually,
yeah,
after the Lil TJ thing, obviously the show, people thought I was already famous because they were like, was this a setup? All this stuff. Everyone was like, they literally thought I was an actual artist from Australia, like a massive artist. I said I am. Obviously, I'm an actual artist, but I'm not massive. But everyone thought I was famous. They're like, they did not know that I was a fan because of how good the performance was. They're like, this is not his first time. I've seen it in comments. This went on to the rap Instagram, right? Rap TV Instagram, which is like American based, right? And a lot of people saw it. A lot of you motherfuckers are racing me, you American motherfuckers. So they're all racing me because I was wearing red, and blue. It doesn't matter. We don't do gangs around here. Like we do.
Because
what is your walking,
Bloods and Crips? Yeah.
What is your walking highlighter? Suck it. You think I care? It's just clothes, man.
It just
doesn't matter.
But not only that,
but
like,
no one said anything about my performances.
Yeah.
You're just jealous. Suck it.
But it's not just that too. Like I think the other thing too is that they have that culture that exists within their country.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist in this country. It never did. That's the difference.
Not too deep. There, like it is, but it's not like that deep.
It's incomparable to what's in like Los Angeles and that. It's huge over there. That situation. But you came across a bigger artist. I'm not too much involved in the rap industry. Some of these rappers that you've talked to me about this is the first time I've heard of them. But there's one in particular that I saw a poster that came up a couple of months ago, I think it was, that you performed with ASAP Ferg.
Yep.
Big rapper over in the United States.
Yep. I performed for myself with my music.
Mhm.
I opened for ASAP Ferg. Yeah, the opportunity was wild. Crazy thing of how I got it. That's actually the third time I ever went on stage.
Mhm.
The first person I actually did it open for was Ayaz. Yeah, the guy that sings Replay.
I think so, yeah.
Shorty's Like a Melody.
Oh,
That one?
Shawty's like
So
a melody.
I had the opportunity because one of my mates, right, gave me this opportunity to become, you know, like they knew I DJ'd. They're like, you know what, you do music. Let's see if you want to perform. Do half DJ, half perform. I'm like, all right, cool. So it was an event in my area. They booked him in, and how did it go? Get to the show, whatever. It wasn't that many people, so there's a few tickets that got sold. Probably maybe 30, 40 people. It's not a lot, but still a good thing for my portfolio that I opened for IAS, international artists.
A bigger international artist.
So I end up being, everyone said I was better than IAS because, he's old. He's getting a bit washed. So the energy, I brought the energy. That was my first ever show ever, was an international show, international artist show. And then now I've just keep it strict to only do shit like that. I'm not going to do anything like small or anything like that. But nice meeting him, he's a good guy. But yeah, everyone said that was much better than he was, but because he's old, washed, no offense. But that was the first time, and then the second time was with Lil TJ, and then ASAP Ferg, right? So how I got the ASAP Ferg thing was from the same person that got me on the IAS thing. So, but weird coincidence, because ASAP Ferg was coming here, he was meant to go to a certain venue, Noir in Sydney, and I was actually trying to get the open at Noir, and I didn't know any of the connects. Day after, I get spoken to by that guy and told me, he goes, "Do you want to open for ASAP Ferg?" I was like, wild, because I was trying to get the open for it, and he goes, "But it's not on the first, it's on the second."
Yep.
On C Deck, which C Deck is
C-Deck, yeah, I know C-Deck, yeah.
so which is that fucking boat party.
I've never been, but I know it's on Sunday, yeah.
It's on a boat. And I was like, all right, let's go. I'm forced to, you with the other event, you don't know who's gonna pull up, but this one is like you're forced to perform in front of this many people because you're on a boat. You're not going anywhere. The boat goes at a certain point, and you're doing that. So it's just a full boat, and that was crazy. So,
and that was for ASAP.
ASAP Ferg. He wasn't on the boat when we got on, but when I was performing, and I performed right before ASAP Ferg, right? They had another performance, another artist performing, Filler, who was another Australian artist, performing before me, and that I performed. And when I was performing, Ferg enters the boat because he came on a water taxi.
Okay.
So he was watching me do my thing, and I had all my boys with me on the stage. I was DJing, and this is before I was performing. And then he just gets there, and then one of these DJs come up to me, and he was like, "We got to cut you off." I'm like, "What?" "Oh, we got to cut your set." I'm like, I got to perform. I got 2 songs I can perform. He goes, "Nah, we're not doing it." I said, "I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm doing it." No, you can't. I'm like, "Watch me. You're not gonna stop me." Grab the mic, play my song straight away. They're like, "All right, perform my song." I said, "How long we got before I performed it?" And he gets 2 minutes. I'm like, "All right, bet." Bang, play my song. I was like, "Fuck it." Obviously, I'm like, go by the name of Scylence. I'm also an artist myself, so I'm gonna perform. So I did my song called Ring Ring. It was new
Ring
at the
Ring,
time.
yep.
Yeah, it was new at the time. And brought the energy, because that's the type of energy that Ferg does. And then I look to the right, and Ferg is watching me with his people. So he had 4 people with him, and he's watching me perform, bringing this energy. And he's just like, "Yeah, whatever." No, okay, cool. And then I went back up. I said, "Fuck you" to the DJ, and played another song. I was only meant to have 2 minutes. I ended up going for 5. He did nothing about it. Or he was trying to tweak my set, like trying to make sounds, fuck up my song. I didn't let him do it. So I did Separate Ways as well because I had to. So that's the main song of mine. Performed it, get the energy. I had people singing to the song as well. My people, crowd, whatever. It was good. Energy was mad, whatever. I'm like, all right, sick. And I was a little bit stressed because it was kind of pissed me off that they were trying to cut me off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually heard, after I did it or whatever, I get to the corner. I'm just standing there. I was getting stressed because the guy was trying to fuck up my set. They tried to cut me off. That's not fair. You're gonna book me in to do something. Don't try to cut my set off. You know what I mean? I'm meant to be here doing my thing. You got me here to perform. I'm performing. You cannot do that. So I was like, all right. I was making sure I didn't fuck up. So then I see this guy, fully tatted person that was in Ferg's team, comes up and he sees me. He goes, "Yo, that was fucking crazy." It was Ferg's manager. So Ferg's manager comes up to me, he started talking to me, he goes, "Bro, that was insane." He goes, "Where you from? Are you from the States?" Because he thought how my music is, he thought I was from the States. I'm like, "No, I'm from here." And he goes, "I really like your music. You're actually a really good artist. Keep doing your shit. I need you to follow me. And I want to follow you." So we end up exchanging information. He follows me on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram. Talk to him every now and then as well. So yeah, it's crazy. I got the link for SFX manager.
Whoa, holy fuck. So you basically, by the sounds of it, right? This guy, full sick cunt, comes on water taxi rather than from the beginning. But anyway, they try to cut off your set, right? After they told you, you're performing on the set. I think what happened, they thought that you were going to bend over and fuck off and not even do your perform. And what happened was that you went against what they were trying to get you to do, and you wouldn't let them cancel you, even though in their eyes, they don't know who you are. You're an unknown artist.
Yeah.
And there's something important.
Yeah.
They've got a hierarchy.
Yeah.
They're high up in the ladder.
Yeah.
And you sort of gave them a fuck you. I'm here to sort of do my thing. I'm here to perform to my crowd. I'm here to stand up against you if you're here to stop me from putting my name out there.
Yeah.
Just like how you're doing the same thing for yourself, but fucking everyone knows you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think you earn respect from them, including the manager, especially.
Yeah.
Because he might have anticipated, he's gonna just pull out. Gonna pull. If we tell him to pull the cord, he'll pull the cord, and you didn't. You kept it in.
Yeah, fuck
and
no.
you kept it in there for an iron fist by the sounds of it.
Exactly.
And so then when you performed, you showed them a glimpse of who you are when you got to offer. It sounds like he approached you with good energy.
Yeah.
Did it feel like he came with good energy?
Yeah, he was positive and he's like,
good intention.
He's like, "Bro, that was insane." He goes, "I like your lyrics, what you did with the song. Like, I listened to it. Like, you're a really good artist. Just know that." And he thought I was from the States. That's wild. You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, right, hard." And I was like to him, "Oh, real quick. You might have already seen my face before." He goes, "How you say that?" He goes, "Did you see that video of little TJ bringing someone on the stage?" He goes, "Oh yeah, the one. Yeah, I saw that. Like, that was me." He goes, "Yeah, we all saw that."
Whoa!
Everyone saw that. He goes, "Bro, like, we all saw that." So Ferg already seen it. Ferg means that could have connected to ASAP Rocky. I already met Rocky years ago, by the way.
Yeah.
I met Rocky before I was doing anything with music. But it's just like, crazy to think that he already seen it. So like, and I couldn't even say anything. Like, I didn't know Ferg was coming to Australia when I did that shit with TJ. And then for me to mention it, he's saying that, "Oh yeah, we've seen it. A lot of people have seen it." So that proves that a lot of people already see my face. A lot of Americans, a lot of big, important people have already seen the stuff that I've done, which is nuts to me.
This is a really big deal.
Even though my following isn't amazing, it's because I like marketing. I need to get into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact once I get into marketing, I know how to market my shit.
Sayonara.
Yeah.
So as at Ferg though, after you came off stage, you spoke to his manager. Did you speak to ASAP Ferg directly?
No.
You never spoke to him?
You're too busy with girls. I wanted to get a photo at least.
Yeah.
So the guy that was trying to cut me off, the DJ, he's a fucking wanker. Fuck you. I don't like him, but I'm not saying his name. All I can say is he has this ego and a half. Ego and a half to think that he's the best, right? And I remember I tried to speak to the DJ and I say, look, like it's not any hard feelings about how do you think I was doing? He's like, whatever. This guy obviously doesn't like to think that anyone can be better than him, right? And then when I told him, I said, oh, how about the performance thing? He's like, oh, you were being pushy. You shouldn't have done that, blah, blah. And I said, oh, yeah. Ferg's manager came up to me and asked for my details. He goes, you just...
Yeah, well, yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about
that? That's good, then you did it. Yeah. Oh, now you want to be supportive. And it's crazy because after I did the performance, I had some random lady. She's probably in her 30s, maybe 40s, grabbed me, some black girl. Grabs me and she goes, whatever you just done, do not listen to anybody. You are fucking amazing. Keep doing it. Don't stop.
Yeah.
A random lady that I don't know watching me perform, telling me that I was incredible. Goes, I know, like she can see that I was stressed because they were trying to cut my shit. Just telling me to keep doing it, that I'm gonna go places. That everyone was saying, that random people were saying like, wow, like that you're incredible. You're really good. And I thought I fumbled it, but no. I didn't let little things happen like that. And I give a little thing to one of our people that I know. He told me, it's an artist from Sydney. He told me, you want to be remembered, you got to do the things that you're not meant to be doing. So obviously they try to kick me off the stage. I didn't allow it. So now they know that I'm meant to get off the stage. I'm not meant to be performing, but I said a big fuck you. I'm doing whatever I want. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not scared of nobody. And that's why it shows that since I was meant to be off the stage and I didn't do it, now they're watching me. Now I'm the main target. And then if I impress these people, now I become here. From here to who is this guy to, all right, I want to know this guy. And that's where the manager came through. Crazy.
Fuck.
And I also heard that the person trying to kick me off was actually ASAP Ferg. He didn't want to. The reason why is because he didn't want to feel shown up by someone that is not famous. Ferg wanted me off the stage because he didn't want to feel shown up because I had that energy going crazy before I was even performing because of the DJing stuff. Wild.
So that's actually like that's a hard hitter, that one. That's a hard hitter.
It's wild to me that a massive artist feels like he's getting shown up by somebody that he's a nobody compared to him.
A guy.
I still respect him though. I still love him.
So, and this was the most recent, I guess, more so recent performance that you've done with somebody of some major status.
Yep.
In that community.
Yep.
Have you got anything that's coming up in the future of something like that?
No, I got one event that's meant to be coming up. I was actually meant to do it on the 25th, but I ended up getting pushed because the fucking Mariners.
Oh, Central Coast Mariners. They won the A-League. Yeah.
So there was meant to be an event on the 25th at Drifters Wharf that I was meant to do, which is for Mr. C. Mr. C is a massive DJ in Sydney, right? You might have seen him on the news. He was on the train. He was on a train station going to Fred again, and he was just DJing literally on the train.
Yep.
He just made it like, his numbers are going up. I love him. Met him plenty of times. Genuine person. And I was meant to open for him. So the people that I know were like, you're going to be the only person performing. You're going to perform like 3 songs, right? Just before he gets on stage. And then I heard at the time there was about 900 tickets sold. I was like, fuck, that's a lot of fucking people, right? And it got cancelled because the Mariners ended up buying the bloody venue. So the event we had was $15 each ticket. There was 900 tickets sold, like at least. And they changed it to a free event because of the Mariners. The Mariners bought out the thing, and I feel like they would have lost money, but I'm not too sure. But we were pissed. We're like, bruh.
You lost your chance.
So we lost a chance, but we didn't actually lose a chance. It only got postponed.
Ah, good.
So luckily, it's going to be all right. Hopefully, it'll be good because the venue is like 1,200 people capacity.
Well,
we could have had that many
good.
people. At
Yeah,
the,
yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And for me to perform my own songs again in front of that many people, like the boat, I think it was like a couple hundred, maybe like 300, 200.
Wow.
Still a lot of people. You know what I mean? I don't know what the capacity is for CDEC, but that was.
It's not that big. I've seen what it appears like physically. Yeah.
It's more than 100.
Yeah.
I think it's probably 200.
Like it's well, how much you can hold. Yeah.
Yeah. So because it was fucking packed.
Yeah, it gets packed pretty quick there. From
This
what
one,
I saw, yeah.
this one would have been crazy, and I was like had it like ready. You know, it was gonna go crazy on this shit. But so whenever that event is gonna happen, that's the next time I'm gonna perform. So, and then I'm trying to work into other things as well. I got connections, but for me to get into bigger names, like more openings for these massive international artists, they just told me I need to get my following up. So if I get my following up, my numbers go up, they're gonna start helping me.
They're gonna start giving you a hand, yeah.
Yeah, because they just said, look, we will help you 100% as long as you get your following up. If you get your following up, we'll give you the door 100%.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I'm trying my best. It's a little bit harder than you think, but the one thing you need to do.
What do you reckon is the harsh reality behind it?
It's just the only reason why I don't have so much followers because I'm not pesado, man. I'm not a pest. You need to be a bloody fucking pest to make it where you need to be. You need to be annoying. You need to send messages to every single person in your DMs, even if you don't know who it is. Every friend that you have on Facebook, every person that follows you on Instagram or in Snapchat, you just send them profile. This and this, and just do it. Because yeah, one person might not, but the other one might. One person might follow you, the other one might. One person might listen to it, the other one might not. You know what I mean? So who knows? So you actually have to be pushy about it. You got to push. You have to be annoying if you want to get somewhere. That's how everyone gets it. Just being annoying, literally. Because it's not really being annoying. You know, this is what I said to this wanker DJ. You said that, you're being like, you're being too annoying. I'm like, there's a difference between being annoying and being persistent. I'm like, you're being pushy. Difference between being pushy and being persistent. Being pushy is trying to get an opportunity that you didn't have. Being persistent is doing the opportunity that you have, and then they're trying to take away from you, but you keep doing it. So that's what I did. They try to take away the opportunity, and I made it sure I'm gonna do it. I'm being persistent. Like I'm showing that I got it. You know what I mean? No fucking way. No one can take it away from me. Been doing this for how long? I'm not gonna let one person tell me I can't do it. I'll shit on you. You know what I mean? You want to try one up me? I'll one up you. This is how the game works. You got to be competitive, and that's why Chris Brown is the GOAT, and always will be. You have to have an ego, but you also got to be humble. But the only time you can never have an ego is if in this music industry, if someone is trying to compete against you, for what reason? You know,
that's like the rappers with the diss tracks in that.
Oh, I'm good at that. I diss out. I know how to diss. That's my favorite type of music. No one wants to get smoked with me. No one wants to smoke. Last person that wanted to smoke got smoked. So I like this music.
Why is it your favorite?
I can get really into it. That's why. I'm not gonna get in details why, but it's just fun. It's fun to talk shit and just do a little type of shit. You know what I mean? Get a little aggressive, make some heavy music. It's nice, but it's just business at the end of the day.
It's all business, yeah.
It's nothing personal. If you take it personally, just cry about it. I don't care.
It's like with UFC and boxing.
Yeah.
The pre-fight, there's always like a lot of shit talk.
Yeah.
And then after they end the fight, it's all like, yeah, my brother, come here, man. It's all like that.
Yeah. That's in boxing or shit.
It's to get the emotions running prior, or in this case, it's like, it's a build up.
Yeah.
It's a build up of events.
Yeah.
To then hit like a crescendo.
Yeah.
But at the end, like, sometimes I think that with the diss tracks, there's not always a lot of respect.
Nah.
I think there's a lot of fucking fuck you involved in it.
I stay limited to certain things, but if you want to push a line, push. I don't involve people's families or anyone else in that situation, but them. You know what I mean? As long as you've done something. So, but I guess if you want to push the lines, I'll push the lines. But I like doing that type of music because a lot of people actually like this music because it's entertainment.
There's a lot of entertainment behind it.
Yeah, because the back and forth type.
Yeah, it's a back and forth. It's a
like,
game.
Like the Drake and Kendrick thing that just recently happened. That was going back and forth. Now
Yeah.
but everyone was loving it. Back and forth. Who's gonna?
Or like
win?
Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
That's a very good one.
That was a very good one.
I respect Machine Gun Kelly actually. He's actually a really good artist now. Same with obviously Eminem, GOAT. But that was food. That was real good. Yeah, for sure.
I think we're coming to the point now where I think we should start to hit a point where we should start to wrap it up soon. But I have some last questions that I want to ask you. And the main one that I really want to ask you is, now that you've been on this journey for 10 or so years, but now you've been doing it professionally for 4 to 5, you still have a long way ahead of you at 26 years of age. Now, Scylence.
Yep.
Bringing your name out there. The first question that I wanted to ask is, why did you decide to choose the name Scylence? Where did it come from?
Well, originally my name was Cyfix, so spelled similar, so SCYFIX. Yep. But it was like a thing calling it Cyfix, but it was actually sci-fi.
Yep.
And then I put the X in it because cheesy way of it is because my bars are out of this world, right? It's not. It's just like a way of me saying that I'm basically an alien, right? And it was unique, very unique name, obviously, but it's not catchy. I was talking to this girl, I forgot her name, but I respect her more than anything. I don't know how to say her name. I haven't forgot her name. I just don't know how to spell her name or like say it out. Me and her were like just talking about music and shit, and then she's heard my stuff, and I told her my name, and I said, "What do you think of it?" And she goes, "Look, I'm being honest with you. It is a very good name. It's a good name, but it's not that catchy. You need something that is easy, and then you spell it a different way." She goes, for example, 6ix9ine. It is obviously 6 and a 9, but he spelled it with a 6 IX and then 9 INE, right? So simple word name that everyone can get, 6ix9ine, spelled differently. And then there's another artist named Black, but it's spelled with a 6 LACK. So Black, very simple name, spelled a different way. So I end up changing my name to Scylence, but kept to the SCY, but there's also a meaning of the word silence is that I hustle and move in silence.
That's what I was anticipating. Yeah.
Everything he's done is I hustle and move in silence and only drop when it's perfect. When I'm ready. No one knows what I'm doing. I'm always quiet on my socials. Like my main socials, like just my actual name, I'm not quiet. I'm annoying as shit. But on my artist socials, you don't see nothing until I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like when everything is there. Boom. You will see one thing and bang, I move in silence, and then when it's time, it's time. So I hustle, work, move in silence. I don't say nothing. And so I just like, everyone has like a professional ad lib. I just go, shh, that's my thing. So this is like my look. That's pretty much it. So I move in silence.
How do you, when you go further on in this career that you're doing now, when you get to a point where you could decide, I think I'm going to take a step away from the spotlight from this, how do you want to be remembered?
That's a good question. How do I want to be remembered? Just a motherfucker that did his shit, you know what I mean? Prove that no one allowed it, you know? Like no one allowed me to take me down, and I've done everything that I wanted to do. So that's why I want to do interviews and shit. I want to be remembered to be like people that actually personally knew me, to see that I got where I wanted to be. Yeah. And I will tell people that you can get anywhere you want as long as you do it. You know what I mean? But the 95% of people don't. 95% of people always and always give up. Because you've seen that meme where there's two miners. There's a guy at the top. He's mining, and he keeps mining. And there's one guy walking away from the mining, and it's literally one hit to where he needs to be, but he walked away because he gave up. So that's why it's like, for you to get to the jackpot, you just got to keep going. And J. Cole said this. He goes, "Imagine you did this and you tried 10 times, and at the 10th time you just stopped. Well, what if the 11th time was your time? What if that 11th hit was you making it to where you want to be?"
I think it's a nice message that you say there, because I feel like it's also in reference to something that you mentioned earlier, where you said that, let's say for example, that when you got onto that boat and ASAP Ferg was there.
Yep.
And the DJ wanted to pull you off.
Yeah.
That was the 10th hit.
Yeah.
And the DJ was trying to prevent you from getting from that 11th.
Yeah.
The 11th was there, and you had a choice to walk away from the 10th hit, from the 11th hit, but you stayed.
Exactly.
And you mined. And you mined to the point you fucking hit. Hit that thing real hard.
No way I'm gonna stop. I'm here. I'm gonna keep doing it.
And you and look where that extra little push of determination got you in that split second of time where you said, "I'm not gonna let them stop me from getting this."
Yeah.
And now there's an opportunity. It's amazing. Your story so far, Daniel, from what you told me so far, it truly is amazing. And honestly, like I am very excited to see you progress into something more. And as you told me off camera, not many Australian artists had gone overseas and experienced an incredible amount of success.
Exactly.
Very hard. Very, very hard. There's one currently right now that you showed me. He did a collaboration with Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Kilroy,
yep. But there's not heaps and heaps of them that did it. And now that you've gotten into contact with these people that you have that are heavily involved in this stuff, there's doors that are starting to open up for you. And as you said, you grow your following, the doors will open up for you from those people that you've spoken with.
Yeah.
And I genuinely hope that comes, because you've been manifesting these situations to come. It means that if you continue going for that fucking mining for that 11th hit, it's gonna come again.
100%. I manifested trying to get that ASAP Ferg thing, got it. Manifested the little TJ thing, got it. I've tried a few times after with other shows, it didn't happen, but it's fine. It will happen eventually, you know. And there's I know manifestation is real, because every night, before I go to sleep, well, it always happens, is I always have a dream of me on stage. Always happens that people are at my show. That one day, I've always said this is my biggest dream, where I want to perform, is at Kudos Bank Arena. The day I hit in that, I could go do venues like Madison Square Garden, so something that is double.
Madison Square Garden.
It wouldn't even affect me.
Big one.
It wouldn't affect me until I land into Kudos. That Kudos is less people, but it's just the venue, because of the amount of my favorite artists I've seen in there. And I remember in that venue, Post Malone saw me, looked at me, pointed at me right there, and he goes, "You can do whatever you want. You can make it as long as you do it." He goes, he pointed at everyone, he's like, "You can do it." And he points at me and he's like, "If you have a dream, go for it." Post Malone said that. He pointed right at me. Me and my ass grabbed me, like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Right at me, and told me that I can get wherever I want to be as long as I keep doing it. I do not let anyone stop me, which I haven't. I don't let anyone. I don't care what anyone says. You can like my music, you can dislike it. Everyone has haters, and everyone has people that are gonna like your shit. So I do my music because I love it. That's it. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for anything else. I do it. If I really gave a fuck about the listeners, I would have got it ages ago. I would have like pushed it even more. Would have gave a shit. I don't really care. I want genuine fans, real fans. And if you're actually there, that actually like my music, it just shows. It proves that, you know, I didn't have to pay for my crowd. My crowd is actually there with my music, and I'm very, very creative with my music, because I don't make the same music. Every song I do is different, as you've heard.
As I've heard, yeah.
All my beats, all my stuff, all my music, it is different. I'm very versatile. I can do rap, R&B, whatever. I have unreleased reggaeton music. Unreleased reggaeton.
And I'm very, very keen for that day to come.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna drop it eventually.
Yeah.
So, but I got a lot of music. I invest my time in music and deep into it. And you know, I'd like to one day have a crowd where I can do all that music. You know, have the crowd that's gonna hit the people that like my rap music, people that are gonna like my R&B music, people that are gonna like my Spanish music, people are gonna like my mosh pit type music, or you know,
The mosh,
yeah, like
the big mosh.
you know, I could do many things. I'm so multi-talented, and the thing is, the biggest artists are multi-talented. Shout out to Chris Brown. I said this so many times in this interview. Shout out to Chris Brown. He's a goat.
He's another one. I hope you get to meet him one day.
Ah, no, I will. This is the thing, right?
I hope you get to meet him.
Before I get anywhere with this, it was ages ago. So I was dreaming for 2 weeks straight. Same dream. Me and Chris Brown in the exact same room, in a white room, a little conference room, and we're just talking. After this 2 weeks, Chris Brown posted on his story, and he goes, Australia, I'm going to be coming soon. Coincidence or not?
Let's hope it happens.
100%.
Let's hope it happens.
Because he's unbanned, so he can come back.
Yeah, he's coming back. Daniel, hopefully that happens. And an absolute pleasure to have you on here today.
No.
I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you go far in this. I believe that you can because you believe that you can.
I know I can.
A pleasure, mate. All right. Thank you.
No worries at all. And also stream She Call Me Boo and Jealous.
Yes.
Just drop that shit.
Stream it.
Album coming soon. Don't even forget about that.
Soon.
It's called Hypo, HYPO, meaning hustle yourself, progress outstandingly. My rap album.
That's coming out soon.
Very soon.
And oh shit. That's coming out soon.
Yeah.
And I will put the link for Daniel Scylence's Instagram page inside of this video once it gets released. Go from there. Follow his channel, support his channel, and listen to his music. Because if you love rap music, this guy here, he's got some good stuff coming up.
Rap now.
Rap now.
R&B is later.
And maybe even a bit for all the Latinos watching this, a bit of reggaeton might be coming out soon.
It will come soon.
Yeah.
But don't forget to listen to that shit. We'll definitely have another episode soon. Just know that shit. 100% after the album.
After the album, right?
After the album.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.